everybody. Sorry I'm late. Been better than ever, right? It's Ginger and Ginger's Chat Show, and we'll talk about a couple of things. As you know, it's entitled Cloudy Political Shakes and Earthquakes Oh My. It's very cloudy and cooler here today, and it is, let's see, 61. I'm wearing my sweatshirt, which is usually when it's warm, but too cool for me. I like a perfect 72. Just comfortable. That's what I like in the weather. Anyway, several announcements were given out by the U.S. Supreme Court this morning. One was Trump's defamation suit that was with E.G. Carroll. That was upheld. He has to pay the X amount of dollars. I forgot what the amount was. And he has to pay it, or he's going to lose by his assets will be sold on him. Should have been sold on him a long time ago. Also, the mail-in ballot that you try stopping. In other words, through executive order asking the U.S. Supreme, or asking the United Postal Service not to handle mail-in ballots. Well, this is the voting and the elections is handled by the states, not handled on the federal level. And they told, a lot more states are going by mail-in voting because the machines cost money and mail-in voting is a cheaper way to go. If he did that, he's also disenfranchising his own voters. Because everybody votes, whether Democrat, Republican, Independents, you name it. And he doesn't think that far. He doesn't think outside the box. He didn't do critical thinking. Even Miller doesn't do critical thinking. And Miller is stupid. He's a stupid guy. Hi, Dorothy. How are things in Florida? So far we've been lucky. We haven't had any hurricanes as of yet. Knock on wood. Hope it's quiet. Right now the Midwest is dealing with heavy rain and flooding and tornadoes. Not easy for everybody. Now, yesterday, what was it, 2 days ago, Saturday, we had a thunderstorms roll through here. Oregon received a tornado warning. They spotted a funnel cloud near a town of Malala, and people were let's say, very concerned. Oh, it is. I don't know what the heat index is here. But anyway, as far as Trump goes, on the mail-in vote, that's still going to go on. Because the judge put a permanent injunction on the executive order. He said the president cannot do that, period, whatsoever. And I think now people are waking up. A good majority of the people are waking up. Even the MAGAs are staying there going, no more. No more. Because everything that he does is hitting them too. And they're finally realizing the connections here. So we don't have to do about the mail-in ballot thing. Trump tried to do the poison pill regarding removing his name on the Kennedy Center of the Arts by coercing people to do this and that and the other. That didn't work either. He's trying to get the so-called Save America Act. In other words, forcing women to change back to their maiden names and they match their names with the birth certificate. Excuse me? No. That cost time, that cost money, and a lot of women took their husband's names. Some did, some didn't. Some hyphened their names. But you only have so many character spaces on the form. In other words, it's only for so long. After I got married, my mom wanted me to hyphen my name, Pontius Watley, and I go, no, that's too long because there's only X number of characters on the application. So I did change from Pontius to Watley. And I changed it back the way, and I changed it that way on my driver's license. So no, it costs money, and you just can't do that. I'm sorry. What about kids that are adopted? You know, they were given up for adoption, or they went into foster care and were adopted. They had to change their names. So really, again, Trump doesn't know how everything works. Okay, he doesn't. And some people that he doesn't read, he doesn't really listen. And the thing I can't understand right now is regarding Miller, Stephen Miller. He's the assistant deputy chief of staff. He should not have that power. You have the chief of staff right there that should be telling Miller to shut up. Stop having the president's ear. If Trump's chief of staff saw this, she would have given the boot. She doesn't like Miller. And frankly, she should push him out. Oh, another little thing. You know that fair that Trump was holding over the weekend, the so-called States Fair thing? Well, that crashed. Good majority of the states pulled out. There's only maybe one like Tennessee, but their exhibit was so tiny. They only had so much space. It was supposed to feature what every state does, what their industries are, and what they go for, and what they are working on, and everything else. And none of the states showed up. So the fair was a flop. Nobody attended. Past 3 days, nobody attended the fair. And so this was held on the Mall Way. Yeah, it is a joke. It is a joke, I agree. And of course, Trump is still trying to give excuses about the reflecting pool. I go, no, you need scientists and you need biologists that work on fixing things like that and have experience with reflecting pools, ponds, clear ponds, what they're called living ponds and non-living ponds. And I don't think Trump studied science at all. I bet you that he skipped his classes more than anything. But the fair on that part, that crashed. Now this weekend on Saturday, hold on, let me check. Yeah. On Saturday is our actual 250th birthday of our country. You know what? We should celebrate our way and ignore Trump. Ignore what he's doing, okay? Or what he's trying to do. And he's trying to put his attention and name on everything. That's not working either. Yeah, yeah, he should have left it alone. That's right. Uh, the last time the reflecting pool was worked on was 2020. I think it was. Yeah, 2020. They had to, if I remember right, they had to replace the piping, the water that goes in, the drainage pipes, and the intake pipes. See, the reflection pool was built in 1922. Uh, and it was to help reflect both the Lincoln Memorial and Washington Monument. Uh, Now, I think the Lincoln Memorial was being built at the same time. Um, and I like both monuments. See, those presidents, they did, they provided, they provided service to the people. They served the people. They worked for the people. Okay, and they wanted to make things better for everybody because they know everything comes in full circle, right? Trump doesn't understand that. He's still obsessed about Obama and Obama's accomplishments. Obama has a work ethic. Sorry, I got the hiccups here. Um, he has a work ethic. And that's the part that Trump doesn't seem to understand it. Yeah. When I was back east, I didn't go to DC. I did went to New York. This was back. I saw last time I was in New York was the summer of 1977. Um, so, and I would, of course, obviously I was here when 1976 when we celebrated our 100 years. Um, no, excuse me, 200 years. Um, so we'll celebrate the 250th day of our birthday, country's birthday, our way, the American people's way. Not he who shall not be named's way. Just push back at him. And I like to see when Trump is gone, I like to see the thing is that hard lesson learned on the bottom of the history books page saying this is what a small summary of what happened and what should have not occurred. In other words, learn a lesson and make some changes in the federal level, such as making both the president, vice president, House, well, president's already supposed to serve 2 terms. Okay, every 4 years, 2 terms. We should make the same for the House and the Senate. 2 terms only. And the president should not be, age limit on the president should be 65. Because if they're older than 65, then they shouldn't be president. Because after 65, your energy level starts going down the hill. In other words, put really super strong guardrails in there. Put everything back the way it was. Everything else was working fine before Trump came on. Everything was working okay. We had a president that listened. He said, oh, I didn't realize that was going on in that area, or okay, well, let's fix that, and let's see how that goes. You know, we need to fix our healthcare system. We need to make it where it's the same as the British and the UK and Canada's. In other words, health care for all. And no insurance companies. They don't use insurance companies there. It's all paid for through when the taxes come in. That money is designated, X amount is dedicated for health care. Because that's what we should prioritize is our health care. With that, the human race would not survive. Speaking of which, real quick here, as you know, over the weekend, I forgot the name of the town in Venezuela, but they got hit by a 7.5 earthquake. I think 7.5, 7 point something earthquake in Venezuela. They're still trying to find people, but majority of it's now just recovery. At the count right now in Venezuela, it's 1,400 people killed in that earthquake. And you can look at the state of the buildings and everything else. I would imagine that the architects and contractors cut some corners, which they should have not done, okay? Earthquakes hit there before, but they need to make it stronger. You need to make the building stronger, withstand something like that. Now over in Japan, of course they deal with earthquakes all the time. They have very strict building codes. And they don't allow contractors or builders to cut corners. Same way should happen here. So, my prayers go to Venezuela. I really do. We're dealing with wildfires. It's happening in some areas of the Midwest. Several towns have been hit by tornadoes lately in the last 2 or 3 months. I don't know how much longer the tornado season is going to go. Probably until July, unless the weather changes. So far, we've been lucky on the hurricanes. I haven't heard anything on that, or any tropical depressions or anything that's going on. So, and of course, the hurricane season just started earlier this month, June 1st, and it ends November 30th. So, I feel sorry for you guys in Florida. You have a long season. You really do on that. So anyway, I will see you on, let me check my calendar here. Hold on a second. I will see you on Friday at 1 o'clock. Do like a pre-Independence Day thing. And I want you guys to take care, okay? Stay safe, keep your eye in the sky. Be sure to insist, persist, and push back. And I will post this on my YouTube channel. I need more subscribers. And take care, okay? Love to all. Bye-bye. Again, I'm sorry I'm late. Bye-bye.